Welcome to Dojo.
Check out Joe, he's a Reddit bro, likes to edit posts, and he starts to gloat when he gets the most of votes or likes. Yeah, he's really hyped, really psyched, cause the crowd is really tight and the work is really light. His training plan is the first thing your eyes see, cause he got more follows than my boy Eric Dicey. Opinions on Magnus, Hans, and Karyakin, who cheated who, which engine that he packing. He got blocked by Short, ignored by Dvorak, but he can't be wrong, he scored a like from Truan. He's got lightning attacks on GM blunders and gaffes, true not over the board, it's only the other chap. Still his 7-year plan ensures the last laugh. Distractions detract from any actual actions. Excuses are useless, he rues his inaction. Awaits satisfaction, the status of Magnus. He bought 50 books and opened up 10. Fools ought to read Psalms, not my system. He's got 30 alt accounts on every site around. Chessable courses keep looking cheaper by the pound. He got 22 databases and 36 engines, 25 chess sets, and a massive clock collection. He bought merch from Gotham, Bra and Naka, but his game history looked like some chess copy pasta. A GM coach that he don't listen to, and if you think it is, then yes, my friend, yes, this is you. But that all changed one bright sunny day when a friend said, hey, don't you know, welcome to the dojo, it's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo, I gave up on the easy. Sweatwork's what we need, G. Sweatwork's what I believe, ratings what I'll receive. Don't you know, welcome to the dojo, it's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo, I stepped away from easy. Sweatwork's what we need, G. If Sweatwork's what I believe, ratings what I'll receive. So Joe got into the business, stopped the abstinence, daily practices rhythm, he even upped his fitness. He found sparring cathartic, postmortems charming. With the plus equal minus, he was armed for elo farming. With notepad and pen, he built up calluses, escape rating paralysis with lengthy game analysis. With sensei direction, he sold his collection. Read one classic and that was fantastic. Now he locked to the spot where they checking off boxes. Young prodigies and some wily old foxes. 3.5 points per box, that's shocking progress. Goal nearing, cohort cheering, Joe doesn't hear it. He's monotasking, no relaxing, concentration maxing. One book, one board, one set, one thought. Work will work, will work, work, never stop. One book, one board, one set, one thought. Work will work, will work, work, never stop. Now occasionally, he peeps the world of the tweak and laughs when he sees the player that he used to be. Blank face staring, complex plans comparing while he's dojo training. Hours a day playing out positions, transpositions, and growing his board vision. Transition from poser to player, focus without a care. He leaves them complaining in his dust, staying with their week-old ratings. Blast past his week-old rating, each week's a new occasion. He never takes vacation, the work is entertaining, the growth he's maintaining. And now Joe is explaining, hey, don't you know, welcome to the dojo, it's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo, I gave up on the easy. Sweatwork's what we need, G. If Sweatwork's what I believe, ratings what I'll receive. Don't you know, welcome to the dojo, it's good to grow. Welcome to the dojo, I gave up on the easy. Sweatwork's what we need, G. If Sweatwork's what I believe, ratings what I'll receive. Welcome to the dojo.
Welcome to Dojo.
Check out Joe, he's a Reddit bro, likes to edit posts, and he starts to gloat when he gets the most of votes or likes. Yeah, he's really hyped, really psyched, cause the crowd is really tight and the work is really light. His training plan is the first thing your eyes see, cause he got more follows than my boy Eric Dicey. Opinions on Magnus, Hans, and Karyakin, who cheated who, which engine that he packing. He got blocked by Short, ignored by Dvorak, but he can't be wrong, he scored a like from Truan. He's got lightning attacks on GM blunders and gaffes, true not over the board, it's only the other chap. Still his 7-year plan ensures the last laugh. Distractions detract from any actual actions. Excuses are useless, he rues his inaction. Awaits satisfaction, the status of Magnus. He bought 50 books and opened up 10. Fools ought to read Psalms, not my system. He's got 30 alt accounts on every site around. Chessable courses keep looking cheaper by the pound. He got 22 databases and 36 engines, 25 chess sets, and a massive clock collection. He bought merch from Gotham, Bra and Naka, but his game history looked like some chess copy pasta. A GM coach.
Hello folks, how's it going? Happy Saturday, round 8, US Championship. Just catching the end here, or maybe second half of the round, not sure how long it's going to be. But figured I'd come on and go through the games. Say hi to chat. We got Wesley against Fabi here. Wesley, I guess maybe a tiny bit better, but looking pretty drawish. Live position. Looks like I wonder Liang Samsevian already drew. Giuliano, hello from the YouTube. Was that song about you? Yes, Giuliano, it was. It was. It's about everyone watching. Hans Mishra. Hans actually, his position looking very nice to me. He's got like just a perfect strategic advantage, and he's going to be collecting this pawn shortly. Because on any kind of rook a8, there's always going to be b4s. So Hans, maybe a good day for Hans. Let's see, Levon Robson. Levon a little bit better here for sure. Shanklin looks like he has the bye round. Dominguez Oparin. Ooh, very, very drawish. 2 bishops for Dominguez. I'm sure he'll try to use that. And then this game with a Wonder and Sam. This one I guess was drawn pretty quickly. Exchange French. I guess I Wonder not really looking for a big fight this game. Not sure why, but that's what ended up happening. Okay. Okay, let's watch Wesley for a sec. So bishop f1. Yeah, hard to see black really having a lot of issues here because king is nicely centralized. Hello, Aram. Welcome, welcome. Yes, of course, feel free to ask questions. No worries. No worries. This is kind of like a casual stream, just watching the game, so discussion can be about anything. Now, apparently Wesley had a win earlier. I was watching the broadcast. It seems like out of the opening he was doing well, so I'm just curious what happened. Thank you for following M. Fuent. So this Rogozin, queen b3, c5, take. And, okay, kind of sharp line. Yeah, and apparently here he could have like taken on f6, queen takes b2, and then something. Oh, I guess, yeah, wait, hold on, rook is hanging. So like take, rook g8, and then, yeah, he was a bit afraid of this one, b3. Not sure, must be analyzed. Yep, looks like she's gonna win again today. Yeah, Carissa, I mean, just on fire. What can we say? I mean, it's a second coming. It's wonderful to see. It's kind of cool, you know. She's just destroying the tournament. Hopefully she gets GM title. You know, goes full-time chess. We get contender on our hands. I say just give her the match. You know, with Ju and Jun, just give her the match. I think she's ready. I don't know if she's ready, but I think she could do it. Okay, so they got this end game. And yeah, Wesley's still trying to kind of squeeze this one, but doesn't seem likely. Hans looks winning. King c2, king g5. Although black is winning this pawn. But it feels like white has really nice squeeze on the position. Maybe knight b3, knight d2, or knight c4. And knight e3, rook comes to a7 eventually. Seems like white should be doing well. Hey, Aaron, how's it going? Hello, hello. Hello, Marcelo. Yeah, we are watching round 8 U.S. Chess Championships. We're in the midst of the round. Actually, I think they just kind of finished time trouble phase, essentially. Nothing too exciting going on. Hans, I think, has nice advantage here. Levon also trying to win against Robson. His position looks like, you know, like I think black is okay, but it feels like he's an easy slip from losing, because white could quickly just break through somewhere, you know, you never know. Hello, Cross. Hello, hello. Aaron says they struggle with the fact that they're top principals, and you watch high-level games and principals go out the window. Yeah, I mean, the high-level games, you know, the pros know exactly when to break principles, you know? And I think they're still very useful for beginners because they'll apply in like 98% of your games. But yeah, the pros are very good at spotting like the 1 to 5% of cases where it's okay to like break a principle or not make the simple move. Okay, so Aram had a question. Doesn't it make more sense to focus on individual areas rather than the overall idea of improvement? Yeah, I would say in general, when I'm suggesting things for people to do in terms of their chess, is to focus on like one aspect of the game. Like, for example, like focusing on calculation and spending 4 to 6 weeks just doing consistent calculation and tactics work, 1 hour a day for those 4 to 6 weeks. Or you could focus on end games, like you're reading a certain end game book every single day, an hour a day, 45 minutes until you get through it. So yeah, I'm a big believer in focusing on specific areas of the game when you're working on your chess. But of course, that's kind of like part 2. Part 1 is playing a lot of games, reviewing those games and then trying to pick up like what are your strengths and weaknesses, so you actually know like what to work on. So let me know if that answers the question or if I misread something. Yeah, actually, a lot of people saying they struggle when their opponents kind of play weird moves and they don't know how to react. Should you try to follow principles or not? Yeah, it's tough, folks. It's certainly not easy. I mean, I would say in general, from what I've seen, my experience, I would say people should rather try to keep it simple. I think people are often trying to be too fancy with their play at lower levels. Like, they know the principles. They know they're not supposed to like make too many pawn moves in the opening, and then you look at their games and like they're making a lot of pawn moves in the opening, and it's like you ask them why, and they're like, well, I just wanted to get some space, and it's like, okay, great, but like who told you that you had to do that? You know, like your job in the opening is like develop your pieces, fight for the center, castle, you know, and then choose your target. Like if you're playing with white, maybe you're attacking the king, maybe you're playing on the queen side, but that's after you get everything developed, right? So yeah, in general, sometimes people get too creative and they would be better off just kind of playing like the normal or principled move. Yeah, Aram, if you don't know where your strengths and weaknesses are, then I would suggest playing some chess, some classical chess, you know, doing your best, and then analyzing those games so you get some idea of what kinds of mistakes you're making. And then from there, I would say then you can choose something to focus on, whether it's calculation or positional chess or endgames, or maybe you discovered that like you're always getting out prepared in the openings, you got to fix your opening repertoire. Maybe that's the thing to focus on. But yeah, once you have some games that you've played and you've analyzed, then I would say like the whole point of doing that is to identify your strengths and weaknesses, and then you know exactly like what to work on that will give you the most benefit from there. Yeah, that's a good point, Cross. So yeah, someone mentioned Bullet. I definitely don't recommend Bullet at all, even like for fun. Bullets is okay if you're playing like for fun. Definitely not good for improvement. I would say more just kind of like builds bad habits when it comes to classical chess. I think those two definitely don't really mix well together. Yeah, Gregor. I mean, I think I have seen a lot of people, let's say, spend too much time discussing chess improvement and not enough time actually doing stuff like reading books and sparring and so on. And yeah, I think there's a mix. Like, it's good to have a plan. Like, you don't want to just be doing random chess. You want to have some plan, but yeah, you don't want to spend all your time thinking about what's the best plan, you know? So I feel like there's a balance of, what's, how much planning is necessary to your improvement. You guys are saying Levon is winning. Wait, I don't quite see it. Hold on. Rook takes d5, rook c7, rook b8, b7, rook c5. Okay, he went like this, which I understand less. Oh, rook c7. Sorry, he wants takes and rook c4. Yeah, so I don't think this is so clear. I don't see how white's winning. I wasn't so sure about the other line, but maybe raised way is probably better. So I was thinking this. Here you can't take because there's check. But here I was thinking here. And then I guess maybe white can try this, but I don't know. I wasn't sure at all about what's happening here. So take here. Yeah, so I don't know, but raiseway is probably also good because if rook c7, he's just taking and going rook c4, and then white can defend the pawn with rook b7, but then white's rook is very awkward, so I feel like black should be all right there. Yeah, rook comes to c5. Oh, so there's a question. How do you identify those strengths and weaknesses? I'm sure we've talked about it a lot on the channel, but main thing, I mean, my suggested way is you play a lot of classical games and then you review those games and you try to identify your mistakes, and then every one of your mistakes you then categorize. Like you try to figure out, is this a calculation mistake? Did I miss my opponent's tactic? Is this a positional mistake? Is this a bad exchange? Is this endgame mistake? And then once you have enough games to analyze, eventually you'll see you making a pattern of mistakes, right? There'll be one or two kinds of mistakes that you're making more than others. And then you'll see like, oh, I have a problem with calculation, or oh, I'm constantly like making bad positional decisions. And then ideally that should give you insight into what to work on. That would be what I would prescribe as my method. Is David joining as well later? I'm not sure. Not that I know of. I think he's on vacation, so probably not. There's a question. How useful do I think rapid games are? I mean, depends on what you compare them to. They're more useful than Blitz and Bullet, and probably less useful than Classical. But I think there's some use for them for sure, especially at lower levels. I think just getting more reps in, if you don't have a lot of experience, then playing a lot of rapid games, I think, is useful. And then of course depends on what you do with them, right? Like you got to analyze those games and do the same thing. Try to figure out what kind of mistakes you're making, where you're going wrong, and see if you can improve those areas of your play. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, maybe rook f3 in that line was better. Let me see. So it was here, 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 here. And I guess black can still go f5. So not totally sure how to evaluate this. I think actually black could also take here. And then let's say play h5. Or actually even rook f5 check. would give black a very, very safe position. I think white's also still fine because white's very active, but yeah, black should be okay here. So I'm not really sure what's going on in that line, but king g7 was played, rook b5, king f6, king e3, king e5. Okay, it's very close. Rook c7 again. He wants take, rook c4. So Ray seems to be in control. Yeah, Aaron, I would say puzzles are, in fact, very useful. one of the most useful things. The main point of puzzles, especially like lower levels, is they teach you a lot of patterns, and the point of knowing a lot of patterns is so that you can spot them when they show up in your games, because they will come up in your games. A lot of these typical ideas. And there's never been a player in history of chess that didn't have tactics in their games. So the point of doing a lot of puzzles is to kind of like develop your tactical antenna. So that when you do get something, you kind of notice like, oh, there might be something in the position, and then you spot the tactic. But you do have to build up. Doing puzzles alone won't make you an amazing chess player. It's just one key component. You also have to work during the game to look for tactics, and you have to spend a lot of time. And so at lower levels, that's why we don't recommend like blitz and rapid that much, because you don't have a lot of time to look for tactics. You'll quickly run out. But in classical chess, you do have that time, and you can use it. And your opponents especially will be playing fast and blundering. So like that's where you can really like take advantage and try to use your time. But it takes time to develop that skill and that habit of looking for tactics during your games. But yeah, puzzles is only one component. And then related question, are deeper calculation exercises worth it for a sub 2000 player, or just playing more games better? I would say deeper calculation exercises are great. That's, again, I would say just one component. Like that's a little bit different from doing a lot of puzzles that are like simple tactics. That's going to be working more on your deeper calculation and visualization. Also very useful. At some point that becomes kind of critical. But I would say, yeah, it's just like one component, and then you still want to be playing a healthy number of classical chess. Yeah, Ramna, you're good. I appreciate the questions. I feel like it's helpful for everyone. I'm here to provide value. Hopefully you guys heed my words and then improve chess in your life. I've gotten many actually good compliments saying that people took my advice and they ended up going up a lot in rating, which is pretty cool. Kind of happy to hear that. But yeah, so woodpecker method too hard? What book to try before attempting again? So what's your like online rating approximately? Because that would give me a better. Of course, we have all the list of recommended books in the program, so those are definitely great, and that page should be available. That's our material books page. So if you go here and you figure out your approximate rating, you can see all the books we recommend for, in terms of like main recommendations, and also for specific areas, like in this case, tactics. We have a tactics section, endgame section for each cohort. So before woodpecker method, we got chess tactics from scratch. That's a good one. That might be one that's worth checking out. I also like Winning Chess Tactics by Sarah One. That might be a bit easy. Maybe chess tactics from scratch. Maybe that's a good one to check out. Yeah. Okay, what's Ray doing? He couldn't take here because of check. Now check is still kind of annoying, but maybe he's still okay. Oh, woodpecker method too. Oh, so you're looking for positional book. Maybe Evaluate Like a Grandmaster by Eugene Perlstein, Nate Solon. That one's pretty good for like positional chess stuff. Let's see. Yeah, that's the one we have for like this range. Exactly that one. Okay, let's see what else is happening. Wesley went h4, b5, king d4. I mean, probably he beats me in this position, but yeah, I don't see him beating Fabi. Yeah, you're welcome, Zorba. You're welcome. Which part was great advice? Because I said a lot of stuff. Um, would I consider making some of the books appear in more rating bands? Like Winning Chess Tactics is only in 1,000 to 1,100. Yeah, so that's something that I've, to be honest, always wanted. But the others were kind of against because me, David, and Jesse that decide the books. And they're wanting less books and less ranges. I would want books and more ranges. The problem for us is that we have to balance two kinds of people. People that have worked up through the program and people that are coming in. So someone that comes in at 1,000, should they read Winning Chess Tactics? I would say yes, great book. Someone that comes in at 1,100, should they read that book? Yes. 1,200, yes. 900, yes. Like 1,300, yes. Unless they're like already advanced, they don't need it, then they should like read the next book, right? So that makes sense. But let's say someone is in the program at 900 and they read the book, then at 1,000 they don't have like a new book to read. So that means we would have to put two tactics books in there, Winning Chess Tactics and then the second book. And then if someone joins the program, then at 1,000 they have to read two books, whereas we actually just wanted them to read like one tactics book. So that's the issue. And then when you consider that multiple books could spread across multiple ranges, you start to just have too many books that you're recommending at each level. So that's kind of that's been our struggle since the beginning. It's like you can't, there's lots of great books out there, but we can't suggest to read like 10 chess books at every single level to get people to improve. Like it's too much. So yeah, the compromise is to kind of spread the books out, and so a lot of books are only in there for one or two cohorts, even though it could be much more. And the idea is that there's tons of great books and people will always be reading them. And then if someone finishes the books in their cohort, they can always go down or up a cohort and read those books and still get credit for those. So hopefully that makes sense. But honestly, I'm like totally open to ideas about how to improve it, because I agree, like a lot of books should be in more than one, like it makes sense for them, they apply to more than one range. But then how do you deal with the fact that there's how do you deal with the people that go up from, let's say, 900 to 1,000, and then they've already read that book, and then they don't have a new book to read? Yeah, book progression makes sense to me, but it would be kind of changing the system a bit in terms of how it does, how it works. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's an interesting idea. I've definitely brought it up. It's been shot down, but we're doing the best we can. But it is an interesting idea for sure to just have like a progression of books that, like, for everyone. It's like you start with this book and then this book and then this book, and then you just work your way through them one by one. Okay, Hans pawn up. Looks good because his king is also really nicely placed near the b pawn where it wants to be. Is Wesley pressing here? Take knight d5. Maybe knight d7. It's hard to believe, but I would definitely take white. Only white can really be better here. Let's see, Levon. It's g4, rook h1, check, king f4. Levon playing for some dirty tricks, but he has to also not get dirty tricked. But rook takes h3, he'll go g5 here. And then try to get his rooks to the back rank somehow. I think Ray has to take. I don't really see. He could go g5 though. g5 seems safe. So g5 seems safe. Rook takes h3 seems bold. He takes. Okay, so he's bold. g5 coming for sure. Otherwise, this is kind of annoying. Yeah, would Wesley and Fabi have drawn by now? Probably, if draw offers were allowed. I feel like that's possible. Although, I don't know. I mean, Wesley often, like, tries to squeeze these very, very, very kind of technical positions. Yeah, g5. With Christopher, so Christopher was kicked from the tournament. I saw his family released a statement of apology that I thought was pretty sympathetic. So that was good to see. that gave me some hope that he might be back one day, which would be nice. Okay, Rook D8. Oh, that's Levon's idea. He's going after the D pawn. And then he's going to have 2 pawns, like very, very strong. So this feels very unpleasant for Ray. H6 maybe he has to try to get some counterplay. I don't see what else. Maybe here. Ray don't flag. Oh, it's move 40. Okay, so he's got time. All right, so he's going to spend some time here. Is it tearing the score sheet the craziest thing I've seen? No, definitely not. I mean, I've seen people tear their score sheets before. That's not even that crazy. Yeah, it's not common, but it's not totally out there. Hans looking like he's converting. So that's good for Hans. Let me think. Craziest thing I've seen. Oh, I saw something pretty crazy. Yeah. I don't think I should really say it though, because I don't want to like talk badly about a player, but yeah, let's just say I saw a player like misbehaving at the board, like, yeah, just being, let's say very clearly intoxicated, like very clearly. And yeah, just being quite disruptive during a classical game. At one point, he even like took the opponent's coffee drink and then started drinking it as if it was his own. Not like as a aggressive action, just mistakenly. just took the guy's coffee and just started drinking it. And yeah, the guy complained to the tournament director. And Of course, you know, the other guy won the game, you know, the sober dude. So that was just crushed them, in fact, like totally crushed them. But still, yeah, that was kind of crazy. Okay, Hans, I think winning. Yeah, rook d6. If black is playing this kind of move, I don't have much faith at all because, okay, he wants g6, but then rook has a square on f4 anyway. So I'm thinking b5 here, just push forward, take, king comes in. And it's just very slow for black to generate counterplay here. Oh, I guess he wants g5. He doesn't want g6, he wants g5. Or maybe he wants, no, he wants g5. So he wants g5 and h4. So, okay, this is still, of course, gonna require some serious precision, but feels like it's very good for white. b5, take, g5, king c4, h4, take, king c5, rook d1, b6, h3, check, king g3, here, h2. I mean, they're like, looks like, well, b7 actually, rook b1, king c6, king g2. Super unclear position, super unclear. So maybe Hans should go rook f4 check right now and kind of slow black down a bit. But then king h3, check, king g2, take, pawns are ruined. If check here, b5, then black gets g5. It's really not simple for white here. It feels like maybe black is getting enough counterplay. I'll be curious to see if he actually has something. Okay, Ray's still thinking. Let me check out the women's game. So Carissa won already. Wow. Wow, Carissa 8 out of 8. And she did it with this and a6 too. Unbelievable. Just too strong. I mean, I've been saying, you know, just give her the match. Just give her the match at this point. Oh. So e5 could have taken the exchange here, but it goes here. Wow, nice move. That's it. Extra exchange for black. Trade rooks. Trade queens. And win. Wow. Beautiful game. Beautiful game. So Carissa, 8 points. Alice won. She beat Irina. Wow. Alice Lee. It was a King's Indian. Dang. I don't think White's position was like that great, but okay, things got very sharp. Alice, okay. Okay, wow. Let's see, we got Nazi against Talia. Tricky endgame. And Tatev won against Rose. Wow, go Tatev. Okay, what was this? This was classical Sicilian. with bishop c4. I know this line. Knight b3. b5. Well, just sacrificing a pawn. d5, king b1. Ooh, what an attack. Look at this. Wow, nice. And now, okay, black's king is just too open. And where to move the bishop, because rook f3 is coming and then everything is collapsing. So g4, rook comes back to f1. And all over. Nice game. Okay, and then Begum against Jennifer. Okay, should be draw. Megan Lee, Anna Zatonsky. Feels like this could be winning for black. You can take on a4. But does white have some counterplay? King f8. I don't see it. But okay, rook g5. She's playing it safe. They're about to make move 40. Okay, interesting. So Carissa, man, 8 out of 8. Okay, Ray here still thinking. Wesley So, he went knight d5 immediately. Take. Now don't take here, Fabi. Knight c7 check. Even I can see that one. And then Hans still thinking here how to go after Mishra. These guys have to make 2 more moves for time control. Dominguez Oparin. Very, very solid, guys. Very solid. Looks pretty equal, though. Like Butter says, I hope Carissa will become as strong as Judith one day. Yeah, I hope so as well. I could see it happening. Rook f4. Oh, yeah, I think that was the Hans game, right? That was the suggestion. I think rook f4, black goes king h3. And then g5, h4 is kind of the plan. So you have to anticipate this one, figure it out from there. Yeah, I like snacking when watching games. So I have a rook f4 check. King here. Let's put it on the board. We got time here. And then e5 is the suggestion. Yeah, totally possible. So it takes, let's say, rook f5. Maybe I would try this. Take here. And then again, try to get h4 in. But here's the thing. So what white actually could be playing for is something like this. And then trying to trade off all the pawns. Because if you trade everything on the king side, then we're left with this 2 versus 1 on the queen side. And black's king is kind of... Maybe black's king is close enough here. This might still be a draw. I'm not sure. But one idea would be to get some endgame where black's king is kind of cut too far off. Actually, this might be very... This might be winning for white, actually. Because king is coming up and the king is cut off. If you go rook d5, it's take, take. And white is just in time. And then here you go here. And then here. And then check. And then check. And then check. And then check. Mate. Okay, so yeah, Hans needs to find this line. No, actually, it looks pretty annoying, this whole thing with this and e5, because I don't see an obvious way for black to get their counterplay here. Maybe there's some rook f6 move. Maybe g6 takes rook f6. And yeah, similar story. We're hitting this. Can't really push because of takes. If rook e2, g5. So it feels maybe kind of similar here. But it's an idea. It's definitely an idea. I'm sure Hans is looking at all kinds of stuff because he understands. It's like, maybe it's a draw. Maybe he has a chance. Maybe he has like one precise way here, but who knows? He's going to be spending some time to figure it out. Okay, Ray. After a lot of time spent when king h5, Levant takes quickly en passant, forced. Only legal move in the position. And then now he's thinking not about this, maybe about king f6, or this one, of course. I'm not really sure what's happening. I mean, king f6 I don't like because if you lose this pawn with check, rook c6, king d7, but then you still haven't picked up this one. Somehow doesn't feel right, but how does white make progress there? Rook c5, take, d6. Seems bad. So why not rook takes h6 here? Rook takes d6. g5 check, black wins. So why not rook takes h6? No, g5 check, king e5. And that's still very unclear. Takes, king takes. King is coming in too fast. White wins. So takes, g5, king e5, f6, king e6. Yeah, he's going to take here. Oh, he goes king g3. Oh, wow. Levant's so tricky, but now isn't there g5? Wait, this is... Oh, there's rook e7 check. Oh, my bad. So it takes... There was g5 here, rook e7. And Ray Robson is your uncle. King f5 take. Here. Here. And then black is 2 pawns up. Wow. Tricky Ray Robson. But instead he goes king g3. Now black could go g5. And he has an extra pawn, but probably white is active enough to force at least a draw here with rook c8, rook c7. g5, king g4 maybe he can play as well. Rook g6 and then rook c8. And yeah, I think black is too passive to use the extra pawn. So probably still a draw here is my best guess. Okay, g5, rook c8. Levant playing fast, playing against the time. Yeah, it could be no decisive games today. Wouldn't be surprised to see that because players are tired. I think Wesley had a chance earlier, but other than that, it's been pretty clean. Maybe Hans also had chances. Did I apply for GM? Yes, I did, Vibhav. Thank you for asking. I submitted my application. I said, look, I'm very good. I've beaten lots of GMs. I've drawn lots of GMs. I really want the title. Please give it to me, please. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Hey, PG, thanks. I'm well. Hope you're doing well also. Okay, Wesley. King d6. If takes, then takes. Knight e3. Uh-oh. Bishop d3. Got that one covered though. And here we have it. Hans also still thinking. These endgames very technical. Robson. 6 minutes. Has to be precise here because king f6, rook c7. Rook here, b7, rook h8. Rook d7. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know. Anish Muli received a membership gift. Thank you, thank you. Did someone gift that, or I'm not seeing it on my restream chat, but thanks for supporting. Yeah, rook h4. I think on rook h4, rook h1, white is probably going to go rook c6. Not rook c7. Because, yeah, rook c7, I think black is totally fine there. Because black just goes king g6, f5, and then white, I think, is in quite a bit of danger, probably. Something like this. Yeah, but on rook h1, I would expect this. And if rook h6, rook c7. I feel like black should be okay. Maybe this. I'm not sure. Take f5 here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, actually. This one is kind of a problem. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, no wonder Ray's thinking this really doesn't feel obvious. Like, what to do. Because you got to deal with rook c7. Although it's not really a threat. Rook b8, b7, you have rook h8. Still, though. Ray, 3.5 minutes. He got 30 extra minutes, like 5 moves ago. Sorry. It's complicated. Who would I rather take? I think I'd take white. White seems easier to play because I don't see what black is doing. We got this, we got this. Maybe king f6? King f6, rook c7, rook b8, b7, rook h8, rook d7, king e5, rook takes f7, and king d4. Go for king c4. Yeah, not fun for black though. But he has to do something. He has to do something. Okay, rook h8. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Why didn't I think of this? Rook c6, rook d8. Takes king g4, I guess it'll be f6. King f5. Yeah, I don't know. King g7. g4, take. g3 here. g2, rook g1. Rook b1, maybe white's in time. Yeah, I don't know. Take, king g4. Maybe black should just bring the king in. Like king g7. King take. King here. King e8, something like this. Maybe white has a hard time making progress. Yeah, maybe it's not so bad, because how does white's king get in, right? Black puts the king on e8, and then just sits. King e8, king f8. And then if you come around this way, then... yeah, there'll be plenty of time to just bring the king over and swing the rook. f5, f7. So yeah, it takes very likely to draw. There's this, but then here, king is coming in. You could try this one, fancy move, double exclam, with the idea this, and wins. But the problem is, it's not checkers. So black doesn't have to take. He can go here, and here, and here, and here. And then here, and then here. And then this is... black is losing. Black is losing. Wow. So black loses this. So my bad. So yeah, then this wins for white. But maybe here though. My bad. Never mind. Never mind. White loses. No, white wins still. White's still winning. How is white winning all these lines? Man. Imagine white wins this endgame. Okay, so rook h8, yeah, Levant thinking here still. Han still thinking. Some tank. No, the thing is, board apple, if black doesn't go for king b6, they're always losing this endgame because of the 5th rank rule. So even if you get opposition, that's still losing. Like king e6, king e8, d6, king d8, d7. And then you got to move the king out of the way. So because the pawns are advanced to the 5th rank, basically, that one's just, if you lose the pawn, you're just always losing, essentially. You know, outside of the rook pawns. Okay, so rook c7 playable. I mean, how does it black actually make a draw here? Meanwhile, I'll answer the question, how to improve positional understanding and pawn breaks, some around 1800 Elite Chess Blitz. I would say books. Books are the classic way to improve positional understanding. So some good ones are like Simple Chess by Michael Steen. It's a classic. How to Reassess Your Chess by Silman, also good. Those are two of their better books. We, of course, have lots of books listed on our material page that I'll plug every time someone asks for books, because then you see all of our recommendations there on one page for all levels. Yeah, Winning Chess Strategies, also a good one. Also a good one. So one of those books would be my recommendation for sure. Winning Chess Strategies, Simple Chess, Reassess Your Chess, in that order. Okay, does anyone see a draw here, or are we saying that this is winning for white? Oh wait, maybe this one? G4. Because earlier we were looking at this, which wins for white, because king is coming in. And then if you try real fancy, you get here. But I think G4 and black is okay. Oh, we do get this. Wow. We're going to find out. They're going to answer our endgame questions for us. But it looks like a draw. Looks like a draw. G4 box, exactly. Oh, yeah, Sushan, sorry, I missed your question. When do you consider tactical moves and look at opponents' loose pieces, semi-loose pieces, checks, captures, threats? Should you do that on every move? Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. It takes time, but good chess takes time. So, yeah, you got to look at that stuff every move. For both sides. Look at your forcing moves, look at your opponent's forcing moves, your loose pieces, their loose pieces, what's hanging, what can be taken, what's loose, everything. It's very, very hard, but chess is difficult, so that's kind of comes with the territory. Actually, I was watching this like Kramnik course, and he was saying, because he's a very, very good teacher, I think, he was saying like, when you're trying to figure out what you want to do, you should think about what the opponent wants to do. But then what I understand is like, okay, but how do you figure out what the opponent wants to do? Because if you think about what they want to do, well, how do you figure out what they want to do? Using Kramnik's logic, they would be thinking about what their opponent, aka you, want to do. But then but if they ask themselves what you want to do, then they would then have to ask what your opponent, which is them, wants to do. But if they want to figure out what they want to do, then they got to figure out what you see what I mean? How do you figure out what to do if figuring out is based on what the opponent wants to do. But then how do you figure out what the opponent wants to do? You guys understand what I'm saying? So I didn't really catch that. And he seemed to think, oh yeah, of course, the opponent just wants to go here. like, oh, okay. So do I have stuff like that I can do too? Or I have to just play based on... How come I have to play based on the opponent, but the opponent doesn't have to play based on me? That's what I want to know. You have to flip the board and see what you would do if you were the opponent. Yeah, but to figure out what I would do if I was the opponent, I would then have to flip the board and see what I would do if I was the opponent. See what I mean? We're caught in a cycle of prophylaxis. Is this the Chessable course on positional chess? The Kramnik one, it was like thinking in chess or something. How to think and always find the best move no matter what in chess. It's a good course. Yes. No, very important to always be looking for the opponent's ideas. That is very important. Very crucial. If you don't learn to do that, I think ultimately you will get stuck. But yeah, you have to be constantly looking at the opponent's forcing moves, their tactics, and trying to avoid blundering. That's unfortunately kind of the only way. Okay, King E4. So Levon doesn't come up. Oh yeah, but we were saying this one is a draw. Right, Rook C7 is the one we were thinking maybe is winning, but I think we found the draw there as well. This one, yeah, I didn't see what's so dangerous because Black's king is coming over, and usually if the king can blockade the pawn, that's pretty safe. But who knows, maybe Levon has some ideas. Yeah, the H3 move, trying to think, I don't remember that one. Mm-hmm. Okay, Rook B1. Rook B1, nice. King C4, King B5 is the plan. But now Ray can go like Rook E7 or F5. But Levon wants to squeeze. He wants to put the king on B5. Bring the rook somewhere around. Check. Over. It's like, let's say here, 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 here. But no, Black is in time. Black is in time with activity. So it should be okay for Ray Ray. Ray Ray should be okay. Yeah, he does have time on his side, but Ray has rook e7 and king b7 on his side. Maybe here, Levon will go here, tricky move. And then let's say rook comes down though, king here, rook comes up. And yeah, I think black is okay. So rook e7, go Ray. Make the draw. Hans we have moves. Okay, h5, rook d6, c5 played. Rook e6, king d4, g5, king e3, h4. Mishra going for the counterplay. Check. And we have this position. So white's still pawn up, but black's h-pawn dangerous. Although I feel like black's king getting cut off on the h-file is pretty bad. Maybe not so bad, I'm not sure. This one will be close, but I could see Hans winning this one. I feel like he's the closest to winning. Oh, Ray went rook b8. What a move. What a move. Wow. So now check here. And I'm guessing we're going to see... Oh, rook c6. Okay, I thought maybe time to draw. But no, rook c6 played. And black is still under some pressure, right? King f5, king f6. Rook comes to d7, king swings around. 5 check. Can white do something here? Rook comes to d7. And we're sitting. Yeah, I don't see any zugzwang. King b8, king b7. So only chance would be king here, f5, king back, f4, king e6, rook d8. Yeah, it seems okay for black. Oh, Levon could play for rook c7 trade. Oh, and then we have that same endgame that we already know is winning. Oh, man, Levon's dirty. Dirty, disgusting, honestly, disgusting, man. But Ray is smart. Ray gives check. You can't trick Ray. You can't trick Ray. He wasn't born yesterday, but king f4 though? King f4, rook d8, king f5. Oh, this is tricky. This is getting a little tricky. Come on, Ray, you got this. But what about king f4? What is he? Okay, for those that didn't understand, what we were worried about, that Dabo very correctly pointed out, is that if black just sits, white has rook c7. This is the importance of knowing your endgames, because then you know this position is winning. Because you got this, well, basically here, and then you got the pawn. And if here, then very important, you go king e6, you lose, king c5. Congratulations, you played yourself. But king e7, you win, because you hit the pawn, black has to defend, and then you get the mutual zug. You zug. You're the one that zugs. You don't get zagged. You zug. So Ray avoiding that at all costs. Check. And now why not king f4? Rook e5 we take here. If rook d8 back, king f5, we're coming in. What's the problem with king f4? What is problem? What was this position? King G1? Somehow it was H3 prophylactic move, huh? I don't remember that one. But yeah, looks tough. Looks tough. Okay, King F4, Rook E5 played. Okay, so Ray has figured out some draw here. Maybe F6? Maybe he can draw with F6 and White's king is boxed out. Yeah, I'd like F6. Go F6, Ray. Oh, found it. Wow, nice. I would have drawn this. Okay, great. That's very elegant because now, check this out. White's king is boxed in. You literally cannot do anything. You cannot get out. And then if you take the pawn, then rook takes d5, rook b5, rook takes b6. Draw. Offered. So if king moves, okay, you have check, you can come back. If king f3, let's say you go king b8, you're totally fine still. Yeah. You're fine still. Okay, very nice. Very nice. Ray will hold. Han's trying to win. Wesley's still trying, but probably will draw. Folks, I got to get going here. I should head down to the club, get ready for the recap. So, yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Rest day tomorrow. No U.S. championships. Enjoy your lives. Next round is going to be on Monday. So I'll be back hopefully for more coverage. Folks, it's been fun. Maybe we'll have a stream tomorrow on some other topic. I'm not sure. We'll see. Otherwise, see you guys Monday. Once again, thanks for tuning in, keeping it real and friendly. If you haven't already, check out the Dojo training program. It's an online site, community, giving you all the tools, people, and structure you need to improve your chess. ChessDojo.club. We're workshopping. We're figuring out the vision statement. We're workshopping it, but ChessDojo.club. Join the Discord, free Discord, YouTube. We're on Twitch, Insta, TikTok Live, LinkedIn, Facebook, all the Patreon, all the best sites. All right, folks, let's raid St. Louis. You guys can catch the end of the round there. And I'll see you next time. Cheers.